doing a little home decorating today.
I'm learning how to paint because I have absolutely no idea how to do this. All right, so for most of us, deciding to paint a room can come with a lot of questions. You know, the color, the kind of finish, how many coats. Well, 7 simple tips will make your job much easier. And Chet Show joins us now with those 7 tips.
7 tips. And I'm kind of glad to be doing this today because this kind of goes in conjunction with the thing we talked about earlier.
Right.
So the 7 easy tips that we're going to talk about today basically is how to help people who are rebuilding their house still continue to be able to do it yourself, the DIY. You know, I like to call myself the DIY
Absolutely.
guy. And I'm excited to do this segment with you because it's actually a hands-on thing and
Oh,
I know
good.
you're excited about it.
Yes.
The first thing we're going to tell you about is actually about low VOC paint. Chris, you ever painted your house or painted a room in your house and the fumes are so strong that you actually cannot stay in that room?
Yeah, I passed out.
Exactly.
No, I didn't.
Well, Helm Paint came up with this new idea called low VOC paint. And
Low VOC.
Low VOC. And VOC means volatile organic compound.
Okay.
That means there's a lot of fumes, there's a lot of harsh things that are in this paint that you don't want to breathe in.
Okay.
So actually what they've done here is they've taken out all the harmful fumes in this paint, and it allows you to, once again, it allows you to make sure that you can stay in the house while you're painting your house.
Okay.
It's great for people with asthma.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
also good for elderly. But anybody should be using low VOC paint.
Now, is it more expensive? Or
It's a little more expensive, but it actually saves you in the long run because it's about your health. And you got to be
Okay.
sure that if we're trying to be green and we're trying to rebuild, that we're doing it in a very health conscious green way.
Okay, so-
And all paints that come in low VOC also come in an array of different colors. So if you want low VOC paint, you can still get them in all an array of different colors.
Oh, okay, well that's good.
So I'll start with my 7 easy tips. The one thing, the
Okay.
first thing we'll tell you about is if your ceilings are 8 feet tall or lower, you want to paint your ceiling height a couple of shades lighter, because this
Okay.
helps to create a false illusion and makes it seem like your ceiling height is a lot taller.
So you don't want your ceiling to be darker than the walls.
If your ceiling height is shorter than
is 8 feet or shorter.
Exactly.
Mine's 5 feet high, so.
So you want to paint it like 75%.
Got it. Okay, good, good.
Make sure. The next thing is if you are using high gloss or semi-gloss paint, make sure that your walls don't have any imperfections in it, because high gloss and semi-gloss really helps to show all the imperfections in the paint.
Oh, okay.
So you want to be sure that you don't do that. So you want to use flat paint or a pearlized finish.
Okay.
The next thing we want to be sure that if you're painting a room, like say your bathroom
Okay.
or your kitchen, be sure that you're using some type of paint like semi-gloss or high gloss, because that's actually a great way to help with the cleaning process of it.
So high gloss means it's easier to clean.
It's easier to clean. Kitchens, bathrooms, those are great things to use high gloss. It's very easy to clean, it's very easy to wipe. That's a good tip.
That is a good tip.
Yeah, the next thing we want to talk about is if you're going to paint, make sure that you paint a small section at a time.
Okay.
Then you wait and you go back for a couple of days, and then you see how that paint's going to change colors. Because throughout the day, the paint is definitely going to change colors. So just because you love this paint color
Right.
in the morning, it's actually going to change during the day. So you have to be sure that
I
you're
see.
actually getting the paint color throughout the whole day.
So it's good to see it through all the phases of the sun. See it in
Absolutely.
all
Morning,
the light-
evening,
right.
and noon.
It's a good idea.
So now we're going to do a DIY. We're going to show you
Okay.
actually the best way to paint. So, you know, once again, you want to use your low VOC paint.
Right. No
You
chemicals
pour it
or-
into your tray.
Okay.
And then you want to use your roller.
Is that the best way to paint a wall, is with a roller, not a brush
Absolutely.
or anything like that?
You do trim with the brush.
Okay.
Always use a good nylon brush.
Okay.
But if you're doing your walls, it saves you time, it saves you money, and it saves you paint if you use a roller. And then what you do is you actually just get the paint on the roller.
Okay.
And you continue to work the roller a little bit until you get the roller completely covered in paint. Once you do that, you always start in the left-hand corner or the right-hand corner, depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed. And the reason why you do that is because if you start at eye level, you would create this band across here that you're going to keep going over. So that band is actually going to be darker than actually the left hand or the bottom, because you're going to keep going over that section more. So you start in the left-hand corner. I'll raise this up.
So you want to start at the bottom of the wall?
At
or
the top of the wall.
The top of the wall.
Yeah, the
Okay.
left-hand corner of the wall.
Okay.
I'm right-handed, but if you're left-handed, you would start at the left-hand corner.
Got it, got
So
it.
what you do is you always work in an X motion when you're doing that. And the reason why you do that in an X motion, it's because of the natural hand movement. Your hand will totally tell you which way you're going to go, and so that creates a really good coverage on the wall.
So don't attempt to go up and down or force the brush.
Don't, exactly.
Why didn't we do this segment before I just painted my house?
Because you never do segments with me.
Yeah, I know.
So since
Okay, yeah,
I'm gonna let
yeah.
you do a little bit. You know,
Okay.
get a
Do
little
I
bit
need-
of
do I need
paint.
more paint?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is empty? Was this just a prop?
That was just a prop for us. That was the high gloss paint.
All right, so just cover the whole brush.
And then we're going to work it in an X motion, W motion, back and forth. See how easy that is?
See, when I was painting, I was forcing my hand to go up and down.
Absolutely.
And I've got a bright stripe.
Striper up, yeah.
Thanks, Chet. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. So for more of these tips, go to my blog at chetportshowdesign.com, and they'll have all these tips on you, plus other tips you will get.
This is all good information.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Chet. Thanks for
problem.
joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
Good information. All right.